Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Sabotage Investigations, Case 22, Niagara Fallen. Let's unlock Chapter 2 and something about Ryan's last buzzer post. I was looking at Ronnie Hawk's buzzer feed. His last post before he was killed says he was at the top of a cliff near Niagara Falls, ready to jump off them as a publicity stunt. Oh, I almost thought he was going to commit suicide. Jump off Niagara Falls? We've not heard any reports of that, so Ronnie mustn't have gone through with it. Right, the victim was on that cliff before he was murdered. We should take a look around. Alright, let's look around the cabin. Cabin in the woods. Cabin on a waterfall, to be exact. Oh, it's not a bad view from here. Nice. And a new level because of that. Wait, level 60, does that mean? Yes, I'm a captain now. And potato chips coming to you. I think it's been years since anyone lived in that abandoned cabin, Katarina. But a backpack proves Ronnie Hawk was here earlier today. Let's search through the victim's belongings. It looks like the victim's laptop already fell out of his backpack, so let's try to log in. And is that an invitation to the supernatural ball, Katarina? Who this belongs to could be an eyewitness. Let's reveal that faded name. Okay. Alright, let's look through the backpack first. Oh, the trained chupacabra. And night vision goggles. And this thing, whatever that is. Everything you need for Phantom Zone. There's a promotional flyer in the victim's backpack, Katarina, for his Trendwich show, The Phantom Zone. But look, someone scribbled something on that gravestone. Ronnie Hawk, strangled to death. Clearly a threat from the killer. That was how the victim was killed, which means this flyer must have been sent to Ronnie as a threat by his killer. Priya should examine this flyer for clues. Okay. Okay, let's lock the laptop now. And it opened to Sony Vegas. You log into the victim's laptop, Katarina, and it's opened up to Ryan's video editing software. He must have been working on a new clip for the Phantom Zone. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see what you were doing. This is huge, Trend Vaders! Joining us next week on the Phantom Zone is Roxanne Vega, leader of the Vampire Coven. Oh. Make sure you're filming my good side, Ronnie. Do vampires live forever? Can they go outside in the daytime? And what's the deal with sparkly vampires? We find answers to these questions and more in an exclusive interview with Roxanne Vega, Queen of the Vamps. Queen of the Vamps? That gives me an idea for the Niagara Falls Supernatural Ball. I'll see you there, Ronnie. Oh. That was Roxanne Vega, Katarina. After the murder of Dr. Aculus, she is now the leader of the Vampire Coven. But not only was Roxanne being interviewed by the victim, she said she was attending the Supernatural Ball. Which means we should ask Roxanne Vega some questions. And what are you supposed to be dressed like? Alright, now let's ask the invitation. Wendell Goch. The name of this invitation is Wendell Goch, Katarina. Oh, are you a zombie? That's weird. This cabin is listed as Mr. Goch's address, but it's been abandoned for years. Either way, we know he was at tonight's Supernatural Ball, so we need to speak with Wendell Goch. Cabin is addressed to you. Cabin was abandoned for years, so are you just in a costume or are you really some supernatural being? Alright, let's go to Roxanne first. You're looking rather drab for a masquerade ball, Katarina. It's like you just stepped off that boat tour I took last night. We're not party guests, Roxanne. We're investigating the murder of Ronnie Hawk. Yes, I heard about that. First Dr. Aculus, and now Ronnie. Can't I go to a party without someone getting killed? We saw Ryan's video recordings. We know he was planning on interviewing you. The bothersome run followed Pierce home from a club one night, discovering me and the Vampire Coven. He asked me whether I'd come on his show for a segment called Interview with a Vampire. I'd never been shy of the spotlight, figuratively speaking. So he talked you into it? Of course, Dr. Aculus would have been horrified, but he's not in charge anymore, is he? Now, I need another Niagara Falls cocktail. Let's get this party started again. There won't be a party, this is a crime scene. Okay, let's go to 512. So, you're not in a costume, right? Excuse us, Mr. Goch. That's quite an impressive costume. I'll take the compliment, but you don't have to butter me up if you want to ask questions. But Sheba told me you're supernatural hunters. And this is no costume. I'm actually a Wendigo. What? I survived until dawn and now you come. Wow. Parties like these are great. I get to hang out and drink cocktails with humans by pretending this is a costume. I even took a boat tour on the way here. Oh, I get it. Wendell Goch, Wendigo. That explains why you live in that cabin. You hear about Ronnie Hawk, aren't you? Just horrible he was strangled like that. Did you know him at all? Only by reputation. He hosts that paranormal Trendwich show. Which is why I kept a low profile tonight. Costume party or not, I didn't want him to figure out who I really was. Okay. Did the killer leave something on the flyer? Whoever left this dress for the victim was very careful not to leave any traces behind. There isn't a single fingerprint or skin cell on here. But there's no such thing as a perfect crime, Katarina. There's always some trace of the killer. What have you got, Priya? On the corners of the flyer, where the killer would have held it in their hands, I found losartan potassium and hydrochlorothiazide residue. These are the active ingredients in blood pressure medication, which means you're looking for a cure with hypertension. Well, getting arrested for murder won't help to cure the stress levels. Meanwhile, let's take a closer look at Ryan's van, in case there's anything we missed. Move the microphone for a little bit. There. Let's look around the van again. Looks like a part of his costume. Those two pieces of cloth were ripped from Ronnie Hawks' costume, Katrina. Didn't Ben say that might have happened during the murder? We have to put those pieces back together. And I know enough about engines to understand these wires are from the van's brake line, and someone's cut them. Whoever did this was trying to crash Ryan's van with him in it. We need to analyze that purple liquid to find out who. Okay. Okay, let's restore the fabric. Left sleeve. Let's get this piece of Ronnie Hawks' costume to the lab quickly, Katarina. He could bring us one step closer to catching his killer. That's right. Alright, let's collect the purple liquid now. Now that we have a decent sample of that purple liquid from those wires, Katarina, let's get it under the microscope. We need to find out who tries to sabotage the victims' brakes. Yeah. Alright, who had a grudge against the victim? So much that he wanted to sabotage his van. Bat venom. Bat Sheba, maybe? That purple liquid is bat venom, Katarina. Don't get any of it on your skin. I hope I wore the gloves. Wait, you're right. Reggie Pratt said he sells bat venom. So he was the one who cut Rice's brakes. Oh, him. What was I thinking about Bathsheba? I thought Reggie had a good business relationship with the victim. Or maybe things are what they seem. We need another word with Reggie Pratt. Okay. Mr. Pratt, we thought your business relationship with Ronnie Hawk was mutually beneficial. So why did you cut his brake wires? Oh. Those. Alright, fine. You might as well know the truth. Ronnie was trying to extort money out of me. This trip to Niagara Falls was supposed to be profitable. Ronnie agreed to meet up to exchange some goods and promised to provide me with a bunch of new contacts. It was supposed to be a fun trip too. I even went on one of those boat tours. But when we met, Ronnie said he wouldn't help me find new customers unless I paid him more money. It made me so mad my blood pressure is through the roof. Man enough to commit murder? I'm not sorry Ronnie is dead. Tried to put the screws on me, but I didn't kill him. We'll see about that too, dude. Who tore up victims' costume? It's funny that Ronnie Hawk dressed as a werewolf for the supernatural ball, Katerina. If Xander and I went, we could have gone without the costume. Heh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't be the only ones. In any case, what can you tell us about... I can't see again. Need to move the microphone a little bit. What can you tell us about Ronnie's torn costume? I can't be certain whether it was torn during the murder, but I can tell you who did it. I found tiny fragments of a dry yellow substance on the material. On closer examination, I determined they were small chips of nail polish. Yellow nail polish? That's the color Gwen wears, but she was nowhere near that party. But Sheva was dressed as Gwen. You're right, Katerina. Someone dressed exactly like Gwen is at the party, Sheva. But why would Sheva tear the victim's costume? It looked like she was getting along fine with Ronnie. We better find out what happened, Katerina. Let's speak with Bathsheba again. Yeah. Come have a drink with me, Katerina. I bet the Niagara Falls cocktail is Gwen's favorite drink. We're actually more interested in why you tore Ronnie Hawks' costume. Ronnie's lucky I didn't stab him with my stake. Wolfie wanted to take that photo with me, and that seemed fun, but then he tried to make a pass at me. I told him no, but he wouldn't listen. I like parties for dancing and trancing, not romancing. So you lashed out and attacked him? I pushed him away and his costume ripped. I considered flashing my teeth to scare him, but I probably would have encouraged him. Biting would have been too good for him anyway. I'm glad Wolfie is gone. Solving Ronnie Hawks' murder is proving difficult, Katerina. He seemed to have his fingers in a lot of pies. The Vampire's Coven leader, Roxanne Vega, seems to have nothing against the victim. She was starring in a news segment on his show. But we thought Reggie Pratt had a good relationship with the victim too, and look what happened there. He went to sabotage the victim's brakes. And Vachelle was angry at Ronnie after he harassed her on the dance floor. To narrow down our list of suspects, we'll need... Katerina, come quickly. Something's wrong. But Sheva broke into Gwen's trailer and now they are fighting. Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 3. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!